Okay, so we're making a video, me and Twitch chat, we're making a video about Olaf. Real quick, real short thing. So his reckless swing is being reverted to 6 seconds, that's live. His ultimate is being reverted to 6 seconds, that's live too. So his ult and his W duration is not going to be changed. Instead, they're changing, not shown here, but shown here. His ultimate is going from 20 to 40 to 20 to 50, and his ult damage is going from 40 to 80 to 40 to 100. Shown here, his reckless swing is going to have its cooldown reduced and its damage increased. I wholeheartedly disagree with this change and hope that they don't do it at all, because this is just forcing the tank Olaf out of the jungle that we've seen. The full tank red smite Olaf that uses his passive, that uses his W's attack speed just to hit people with more ease, that goes full tank and practically sits in his ultimate, you know, just waiting for you to stun to ult, not really using his ultimate for damage or anything like that. Kind of a boring, really tanky thing that nobody enjoys and nobody likes. I don't think they should do that. I actually do not believe that that should be the playstyle whatsoever. Instead, I think that instead of raising the true damage of his E, they should raise the AD ratio and maybe even lower the damage a little bit at rank 1. So maybe right now it's a 0.4, maybe raise that to 0.6 and then lower the base damage by 10. So early game, it stays about equal-ish, a little bit lower at level 1 and 2 than this 10 damage raise. So it would still be higher than it is on live, but it would be lower than it would be on these projected buffs. Okay, I would like that a lot more. It would raise his AD ratio, make items like Titanic Hydra and Black Cleaver slightly more appealing on him. Not like, oh my god, but a little bit. Additionally, I don't really like this cooldown being lowered, because this pushes him. I mean, I guess it's a buff, and it'll be a mean buff, but on the other hand, it pushes Tank Olaf a lot more. Not 100% on that one. Lastly, I think raising the resistances is okay. Raising the bonus damage, again, this is pushing Tank Olaf. Which again, I'm not too happy with Tank Olaf. I think it's super boring and super dumb that a champion just walks up and permasows you while hitting you with weak auto attacks that just lead into true damage. Like, it's not a very entertaining playstyle. That's not the do or die, run it down Olaf that I loved, you know, from season 5 and earlier. This is the tank Olaf who just runs at a tank and hits until doing true damage, and runs at an 80 carry, uses Skirmisher Saber to reduce the damage while doing that little bit of true damage while hitting with Q and E. It's ugh. Now, if you want my opinion, 2 big changes they should look at. Lower, let me write this down. Like, if you want actual changes that I think would make Olaf, like, good. Okay, so number 1. Raise health armor per level. Okay, alternatively, let him keep resistances in ult. Okay, that would make it so that, you know, building damage on Olaf doesn't result in you just getting one shot past the early game. Number 2, raise the AD ratio of E, or raise AD ratio of Q, or both. I think the AD ratio on his Q is too low. I also think they should, here, let me put an alternatively. Alternatively, make Q get TAD, which is total attack damage. That's a thing that's been used on the wiki in Surrender 20, which is pretty good for getting the point across. His Q eventually becomes, with a 1.0 AD ratio, with average base damage, with being very spammable. Early in the game, getting hit by his axe is like very, very a big deal. Later in the game, his axe is basically just a perma-slow mechanic you use to keep you know, people locked down for your auto attacks. Unless you're playing full tank Olaf, then all you're doing is running up and attacking people over and over. I don't really like that, or either of them. I know Olaf isn't going to build much damage, so raising his AD ratios isn't going to be like a colossal buff, but I look at this and I see Olaf coming out as a very frustrating jungler who just builds Cinder Hulk with skirmishers into full tank and runs at you, throwing Qs at you, hitting you with repeated E's, just hitting you with the skirmisher saber, just generally being very annoying. Because that's really it. Full tank Olaf jungle is annoying. He's not really the Olaf people like. It's an annoying, like, fake Olaf that nobody enjoys. So, that's just a video. I really don't like these changes, and I think they'll probably make him viable, but you can make any champion viable if you do it in an annoying way. Like, if you made Caitlyn get 20 more damage on her auto attack level 1, yeah, sure, she'd be top tier, but it would also be really annoying. If you made Caitlyn traps last for 3 seconds, yeah, she'd probably be really good. It would also be really annoying. You know what I mean? Like, you can buff champions in ways that, sure, will make them viable, and sure, might even make them top tier, but it's still going to be really annoying. So, yeah, that's the video.